Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, the Mullet Man, Travis Hinton. You're watching 5 Star Takes, and I'm here to show you what Mullet Mania is all about. Be sure to tune in now on YouTube.
Hi, Shane. Hi, Isaac.
Hello, Dennis.
Jay, what's up, brother? Shane, it's always a pleasure.
Not too much. You know what? It's been an interesting week here in the DDJ household. Sickness has hit our house. Fortunately, I'm getting over whatever it is I have, which is probably a cold. My wife has been a bit under the weather as well too, which is why we're doing this a little bit later than we normally do. But she's getting better as well too. But you know what? The show must go on.
I mean, honestly, I think technically it's earlier. Like, there's light coming in the window.
Yeah, we're early.
It's earlier during the day because I think I can see the light.
I mean, Isaac is, look at him, he's awake.
Wide awake, bro. I'm wired. I've already done my walking for the day.
He hasn't had an exceptional amount of Italian herbs and spices today. He's high function.
That's not true.
None of that.
Well, no. I mean, but you know the level. You know what I mean? There's not been layers and layers.
Oh, I've been layering. I'm gonna do another. I'm gonna add another layer when we play that fucking video.
Extra flavor for today's episode, baby.
We'll sprinkle, bitch.
man, you know what? I think I see a tick. You should probably just go ahead and run that before he overheats or something.
All right, here we go. You know what? I think that song, that theme, it's so just kick ass because of the rock music, but it's also so dignified because it's a classical piece of music.
That's how I like to think of myself.
What's that?
Dignified mostly.
You have a yellow tank top on that says Mullet Mania. If that's not the most dignified man I've ever seen, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know who is.
I don't have my mullet on though.
Speaking of dignified and mullets, how's what you call our old
mullet man, Travis?
No. Well, besides I'm talking about
Trent.
Yeah, Trent. How's Trent been?
Trent has not really gotten my new address
Thank
yet.
God.
So he probably is still showing up to my old apartment. Who knows, man?
I mean, did you leave any furniture there? Did you leave a couch there?
I left the couch out front, so he might still be sleeping on it. Yeah, they might have ended up in the dump. Who knows?
He's a front porch guy.
He is. He's something, dude. He's something.
Yeah.
Trent's good, but Travis is good too. Mullet Man, he's gonna be tag teaming with Jobs coming up in Barrie, I think next weekend. I'm gonna try and go down. That was the show that he was talking about. Plus, there's a charity show they're doing for like a local fairground that kind of got hit by a flood that they're going to be doing in a couple of weeks too.
Are you gonna bring tweezers this time?
Well, it's not a fans bring the weapons match as far as
I mean,
but I can still bring them.
Yeah, that's your own prerogative, brother.
Although the last pair I didn't get back, so
I mean, anything can be a fans bring the weapons match as long as
nail clippers.
The will of the people.
Can you imagine clipping someone's nails too far down?
You know,
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
I not only can I imagine that, I have done that, and that
Yeah.
sucks.
I know it hurts, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like some of the shit hurts, man. You don't need much.
I saw a pretty interesting weapon used in a wrestling match over the past couple days. I I went to back shows from Unsanctioned Pro, which is my local my local federation. One of which was the first of which was on Friday, and it was at the laundromat. We talked about it a show or two ago.
How was that?
Yeah.
It was insane. The first band that played Domestic Terror. I mean, both bands are like from here.
Yeah.
I mean, people like some of my friends that came had never seen a mosh pit before, and they were like involved, and people were running. Former heavyweight champion Lord Crew was in the pit. Christian Robinson, current tag team champ, was in the pit. It was a pretty interesting,
that's sketchy as fuck, man.
Yeah, fun experience.
Did you run the pit, Shane?
No, yeah. I stood on the outside and laughed.
Do you ever go into the mosh pit anymore?
Too fat. I mean, every once in a while.
That means they can't move you too much.
No. I mean, that just means that once they move me, I'll probably fall and not get up. No, so
a video of you in a mosh pit one of these days. Like,
I can send you. I mean, videos from when I was younger.
What about a roly-poly pit?
Yeah, no, you'll never see me doing that shit.
That was so funny.
Under no circumstances. The matches for the laundromat show were, no ring, no rules shit in a laundromat. So like, it was more about being there. But there was a weapon used. It was a dildo connected to brass knuckles, which was something. So it was like, brass knuckles on a hand, and then like the dildo was right here. It was big, man. He thwacked him with it, and it made a real loud,
Damn. Did any laundry?
You know the noise, Isaac, for sure.
Dude, we could recreate it. Just give me 30 seconds. No, but did any of the?
I mean, I'm gonna take.
Did any of the machines get broken? Did the thing that dispenses the little packets of Tide get smashed?
No. Although somebody did get thrown into one of the dollies, like, and then ran into the wall.
Oh hell yeah!
How many people? How many people? Like, how many fans were at this?
It was sold out, so whatever that is, I would guess there was probably 80 people.
That's a big ass laundromat.
Yeah, it's so. I mean, I really wish, and I didn't think about it. I really wish I would have taken like a video for you guys. So it's like
why don't you go into the laundromat just and take a video for us?
I mean,
and you can show us and be like, "This
is our imagination."
Yeah. I'm gonna be up that way probably this coming Friday. So.
Oh, you can wash your doo-doo drawers that you
dude. Yeah, I'll go brush my teeth.
You brush your teeth at the laundromat?
God, no. That place is it's disgusting. But yeah, and then the show yesterday was at the typical venue. It's at a bar called Ace of Cups, that I typically go to for shows. There's probably 150 people there, and it was good, man. It's good wrestlers, great time. Yeah, I mean,
awesome. That sounds like a great show. What else? You went to another Unsanctioned Pro show?
Yeah. The laundromat on Friday, and then the one yesterday at the bar.
The bar.
How was that one? It was good. I mean, it was just it was a more typical, It had a ring, and the rules were vaguely followed at points in the show. There were doors, no door bridges, unfortunately. It was good. I mean, it was great. It's so much fun. They do a show every third Saturday of the month.
Nice.
At Ace of Cups. So
who's their champ now? Who's the unsanctioned pro champion?
Charlie Tiger.
Charlie Tiger,
who is not heavily involved with GCW, but he's in like a stable called Young, Dumb, and Broke with Jordan Oliver, and I can't remember the other guy's name right now off the top of my head.
Get him on the show, man.
He's
champ
on
the show.
He's the young bruiser. He's a little bowling ball.
Hell yeah!
All right. Well, speaking of GCW, I wasn't planning on starting out with this, but since Shane brought it up, why don't we talk about GCW's newest acquisition?
Dude, Shane called this, and we were talking about it. It was probably on one of the episodes because we talked about Jinder and all these other guys. But Shane, I remember you said this, and you were like, "I know this is crazy, but I would love to see him show up in GCW." And fucking A, were you right, man? Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it's when I was thinking about it, it's just the perfect place for him because his size is great. He's got the character to generate not like complex heat, right? Like he's never gonna make you mad and then you're gonna be mad at yourself for being mad at him. He's just gonna insult America and be a heel and
but he also could be a great face too. Honestly, I think Jinder could be or Raj could be a great face. I think he's just like a good fit for the company.
Sure. And again,
be whatever he wants.
And they've had just a ton of success with ex WWE guys recently. I mean, obviously Cardona, right? I mean, Cardona's
we were talking about this before you got on, and I think and I'll let you go in a second, but this was what we ended up on was like Cardona, especially, but like all these guys going and like the independents started really blowing up because of all that.
Because you look at Bobby Lashley when he got let go. Drew McIntyre is another great example.
Yeah, I mean, but those dudes didn't really go to the indies, right? Like those guys went to Impact, which is still.
But no, I mean Cody.
Drew.
All over the place because
Cody did for sure. I mean, and Drew.
Drew did. I think
some stuff over in Europe. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I wouldn't say they just all went straight to TNA Impact or whatever, but I mean if anybody kind of laid the blueprint down, I think Cody was really the first one to do it, but I think Cardona perfected it.
I think Cardona just took it to a different level, right? Where he went and he proved that you can make enough money doing the real indies, right? And GCW is kind of on the edge of indie, but I would say they are, right?
They're definitely. You look at where I would
definitely, because this is one of the things Isaac and I were talking about a little bit too. I think before you came on and we started recording, was that Jinder Mahal going to showing up in GCW when he could have, we don't know what offers were made, but I mean, Jinder shouldn't have had trouble. Jinder obviously didn't have trouble finding work, nor should he have. I thought maybe he would have wound up in TNA. I mean, there's a chance that maybe he could have went to AEW. To me, it shows Jinder going to GCW really shows that GCW is, because I would put them in the same league as we do with Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, the NWA, like these bigger independent promotions that really go everywhere. I mean, and honestly, I would probably put GCW in terms of the hierarchy promotions. I'd probably put them behind. I would put them ahead of the NWA, but maybe behind TNA, just because of TNA's partnership with NXT right now. But GCW is really stepping up its game.
Well, just to kind of include what I was gonna say, they're just doing a great job at putting matches out there, right? GCW doesn't really do storylines very often. I mean, they had the big one with Effie and Mansoor recently, They've got Joey Janela and Megan Bain versus Blake Christian and company right now. So I mean, they do stuff like that, but like they don't spend a whole lot of time, on the mic, right? They're like, we're gonna create moments, we're gonna try to, do our best to like book wrestlers to, get them to where we want them to go, and then that's about it. But you see guys like Cardona, but then you think about it, right? What's this? I can't remember. Sidney Akeem, right? Formerly Reggie and Scripps, has been killing it right now in GCW. People are like, oh my god, we didn't know this guy could work like that. I mean, but there's more though. Think about what's his name? He was Bobby Lashley's manager. For a little Bobby.
Leo Rush.
Yeah, Leo. I mean,
I had a chance to see him wrestle at Chicago Style Wrestling a couple months ago. I mean, he's also been tearing it up with New Japan.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's on a killer run right now. But then beyond that, Brett Lauderdale just books shit. He goes, you know what? I think that this is gonna get clicks and this is gonna get shared online because of how ridiculous it is. Or
Microman versus Danhausen, mask versus mask.
yeah. I mean, they give a shit about keeping people as entertained as possible and keeping shit insane.
Yep. And the thing is, and I'm sorry to cut you off. And
it's okay. Go ahead.
Excuse me. And I think one of the things that GCW was kind of like what people used to associate them with was all, just the deathmatch stuff. But see, they've become more than that. And guys like, Raj Dhesi, Matt Cardona, he's done a few death matches and stuff, but I mean, he's done more than that. I mean, GCW is evolving into more of an all-around promotion, where they're not just known for one specific type. And I think that's very important because, especially if it's trying to grow the company in the United States and also, worldwide.
Yeah.
And when they do that kind of stuff, it's been, I don't know, at least the shows I've been watching lately, I mean, it's entertaining, super entertaining. It's just door bridge after door bridge and chair after chair. And it's dumb and it's reckless, but it's entertaining.
Yeah, no, I mean, Isaac got to see a match. Who was it? It was Hoodfoot versus Jimmy Lloyd, and Hoodfoot took about 6 unprotected headshots with a steel chair, pretty much in a row, and then won.
Yeah, on some fucking dog shit move too. It was like all this crazy shit. I mean, and they did something too that before that got kicked out of, and then it was like a suplex or side suplex or something. And he
backdrop driver. Don't disrespect me by calling it a suplex. Steve Williams kick your ass.
Oh god, it was just really funny because they had gone through fucking so many chair shots to the dome and all this other shit, and then it was just like I was like, all right, that's an interesting way to finish it, but it's entertaining and you can't it's not. Yeah, you're just watching wrestling matches.
It's
like going to a show, like an indie show.
As far as Raj Dhesi goes, him debuting and immediately getting involved with Effie is also just a great spot for him to be. Effie's probably the biggest baby face in GCW. I mean,
second biggest. Well, he is the biggest, but the second most popular.
Who's the second one? Oh, Nick.
Popular.
No, Microman is the biggest.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean that might be the truth.
You might you mentioned
he's the smallest too.
I think you were thinking he was going to go Nick Gage, and that's one thing that might take away from the Nick Gage is super cool as hell.
Yeah, I'll kick his ass. I want to beat the fuck out of him. Fuck that guy.
Do you still have that cameo from?
I'm sure somewhere.
It's
probably.
We have to dig that up from out of the arc. You have to dig that up from the Such Good Shoot archives. And
this is Nick fucking Gage.
Yeah, no, that was I love making fun of the fact that I want to fight Nick Gage, but I really don't. I have no ill will. It's just a running joke from Such Good Shoot that I just.
But Nick, one thing I want to say was from one of the things I took from the one GCW show I've been to was how over he is there. Like I couldn't.
He's that over everywhere.
Yeah, oh no, I know. I know like a lot of people associate Nick Gage with GCW, but just to hear the pop that he got and just the way the crowd reacted, you know, and I'm sitting there watching, he's coming out and stuff, and I'm thinking, damn, he is over. But he's about and I know he's, you know, had a hard life, you know, with everything that he went through that was documented on the Dark Side of the Ring episode they did on him. But the guy is humble as hell. If you've ever gotten a chance to like talk to him, I've had the pleasure of talking with him twice, and both times, like, you know, he was super cool with me, humble as hell and stuff. But and it makes it that much easier to root for him. But yeah, like you said, you going back to Raj Dhesi and Effie.
All right,
I mean,
hold on. I'm so sorry. I'm so
wait
sorry to do this.
wait.
I'm so sorry to do this, but yeah, put this up there.
All right, hold on, guys.
Oh no, did you find it?
Yeah, I got it. All I gotta do is,
Okay.
is I'm ready to broadcast. And all right, here we go.
God, this shit, Nick fucking Gage. And I start this shit off by shouting out my murder, death, kill gang members around the fucking world. I shot out my motherfucking boys locked down in their cells, including my motherfucking boy 2-6, Eastern Block. And I shot out my motherfucking hate club. R.I.P. Big Nate Hatred, and R.I.P. my brother Justice Payne. And I want to give a shout out to Isaac. And I want to let Isaac know I could give two fucking shits if you like deathmatch wrestling or not. I could care less what type of wrestling you like. But I'll tell you what, my motherfucking gang likes deathmatch wrestling, and I love deathmatch wrestling, and I'm going to keep doing that shit till I can't do it no more. Isaac, I could give two fucking shits if you like deathmatch wrestling or any type of wrestling you like. So keep doing what the fuck you do, and I'll keep doing what the fuck I
do.
And if you want to take it there, we could take it there, man. And we could run into each other, and we can have a convo and take it from there. But if you want to come on here and say you don't like deathmatch wrestling, man, that shit don't affect me at all. I'm one in a million, motherfucker. I run my motherfucking MDK gang, and I do it with fucking hard work and dedication. I do it because I'm the realest motherfucker in the game. I do it because I be my motherfucking self. I ain't no fake motherfucker like the rest of them motherfuckers in the locker room. So fuck you, Isaac, and shout out to my murder, death, kill gang all fucking day.
Dude, honestly, like hearing it back, I mean that was one of the better investments of cameo money.
I think that one. So that one, and then the one I think it was Christopher Daniels did, where he cut a promo on Shane's like what do you call
it? Dude, that was terrible, man. Yeah. I mean that one broke my heart, honestly.
You know what? You want to talk about the worst cameo ever? Y'all remember? Well, I don't even remember if we ever played it because it was so bad. But back in the earlier days of shooting shit, that when I was doing that with Jovan and Joey K, and this is before Sean was in the picture. Jovan got, you know, a few wrestlers to do some cameos for our show, and he got one from, I think it was Blake Christian.
I think I've heard you talk about this before.
Oh my god, that one was so bad. I don't ever remember, and I'll have to reach out to Jovan after we're done recording.
Yeah, we'll have to play it. I love bad cameos.
But that was the worst cameo ever. Oh, it was so bad.
Yeah, I mean, real quick, let's talk for just 1 minute about how COVID was, like, everybody knows that, like, you know, COVID was, you know, like a really weird time for wrestling on the screen. It was such a weird time for wrestling fans, and like the things that we could do that'll no longer happen. Like all of the wrestlers doing cameos just constantly, all of the podcasts, you know, and all the things that they were willing to do. Like that, it was such a weird time.
It was incredible. You know? That was the best, because I would just like, I still will do it every now and then, but I never get responses like I did. But like you could just like during 2020 when everything was shut down, you could just like reach out by Instagram, by Twitter, or like whatever their booking email was. And you would get a reply back, and fucking people would be doing it because they had nothing else to do.
Right.
They had nothing else to do. And that's how we got to talk. I mean, fuck, man. Like, we talked to Fandango, and he was like, he didn't want to talk to anybody, man. Like, there aren't many. He doesn't talk to people, it was just like, I think he was bored. But yeah, the Hornswoggle. The best was Hornswoggle when he got mad because his son was playing fucking Madden.
Wait, what?
Oh my god! In the middle of the interview, he's like, "Hey," and he's like, because he had some sort of bet going with his son, and his son wasn't allowed to practice or something, but he had gotten permission and he forgot. But he's like, thought he had caught him cheating or something.
I totally forgot about that, dude.
Yeah,
I don't remember that one.
My favorite was Vampiro smoking weed out of the hookah.
Yeah, he was on another level.
Yeah, he was something else, man.
Yeah, I mean, Godfather is the best, but
yeah, I was gonna say, y'all know what my favorite, he
was the best
was and stuff. So I mean, for God's sakes, he cut a promo on me because I, was
you knew too much about him.
I knew just as much about him, if not more, than he did.
Except for the color of the suit and how many hoes he had that night.
That's when he went into that promo. Goddamn.
Oh, funny, yeah. I got that somewhere probably on YouTube too. Well, yeah, the old Such Good Shoot YouTube page is a gold mine. If you want to go check out DDJ's involved in some of the interviews, I think you were with me for Dr. Tom Pritchard.
Yeah, I was in there. Because I think it was either Shane or Dozer couldn't make it or something.
I don't think either of us were on for that.
I think it was just us two, bud.
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
He's someone, by the way, we're trying to reach out to possibly get on here and stuff.
I'd love to.
But yeah, that was good. Tom was cool as hell.
I'd love to talk to Barry Horowitz again, because he was a lot of fun, and it was just me and him, so it was just like Jew, man. It was like, it was just like an old family gathering. So we got to get some Gentiles in the mix. But you mentioned something while we were talking about GCW, and that was that, it was like it was like right below TNA now because of the TNA NXT crossover stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was one of the things we're going to talk about. And I want to shout out to Dozer, because Dozer had a really good point. And that something would be awesome was what Cody's needs a tag team partner. Is that the storyline right now?
Yeah. Well, on SmackDown it was. He got Kevin Owens.
Yeah, Kevin Owens tagged with him, but
I thought it would be great if Joe Hendry came out for that.
I don't know if he's quite ready for the main roster. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I mean, but can you imagine if it was nuclear in like the Joe Hendry experience just worked immediately? I mean, again, because they've had people on the main roster that are way worse than him, and they,
right?
They. Oh fuck yeah! What was his name? Fuck, I have one.
Omos.
Him, but no, way worse. Way worse. He had the guy with no chin.
Oh, James Ellsworth.
Ellsworth, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
but he got over. But he got over as fuck because of that promo he cut. That garbage.
What just happened? What happened?
Yeah, what's up? What's on the score?
Someone Verge just got a 2-run hit to tie the game up, top of 5. It was our rookie sensation Jackson Churio just hit a 2-run double to tie the game
sensation. Let's go.
Yes. Speaking of which, since I just brought up Jackson Churio, this ball right here, I actually got this the day before my birthday. I went to the game up in Milwaukee, and I got this ball tossed to me by one Jackson Churio.
Oh, nice. You got a nice little container there.
I've got one,
I don't mess around with that. So
I've got one autograph ball, and it's a Jose Canseco.
I've got a few. Like I can't really display them now, but all my Brewers ones, and then I've also got. Well, I think I showed you guys, and I might put them on here. I have my Pete Rose one. I'm sorry, I bet on baseball inscription. They got McGuire and Sosa. But yeah, no, since we brought NXT TNA got brought up, let's just kind of go right into that. One thing I want to mention about Joe Hendry is he was involved in that 6-way elimination match at Slammiversary last night, which shout out to congratulations to Nick Nemeth for becoming the new TNA champion. But apparently, from what the reports I read, a lot of the fan base was pissed when Hendry got eliminated because, I think a lot of them are, starting to get on the, we want Joe Hendry, as our, as champion. And I mean, I think that might, that would do some extra, business with this crossover. But we saw involvement with No Quarter Catch Crew at a Slammiversary. And then Wesley joined his boys, Trey and Zach and Wentz, to reunite the Rascals, which they've been featured on both TNA and cool. NXT. Obviously, talked about Joe Hendry, Jordan Grace has been featured. But I want to get your guys' opinion on this little bit of a take that I got. And I was thinking about this. So we've been seeing, like Jordan Grace, although she hasn't been around, like when she was on, she was very prominently featured. Joe Hendry's obviously getting a lot of airtime in NXT, and the Rascals are seemingly like they're headed that way too. Is it me, or is WWE, NXT, whatever you want to say? To me, I feel like they're being featured this way because I almost feel like WWE, once their contracts are their TNA contracts are going to be like, okay, you see how prominently we featured you guys on our programming while you were under contract to TNA. Just imagine if you sign with us. So I almost kind of feel like this is like some sort of, I don't know, legalized contract tampering, or it's like basically a large scale tryout for these guys. Because I almost feel like I think WWE is going to make a play for all of these TNA talents that they've been featuring once their TNA contracts. I just wanted to get your guys' take on that.
I mean, I think it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, again, once a guy's contract's up, the guy's contract is up. I mean, if something is going well, like it is with Joe Hendry as a company, why wouldn't you attempt to sign him?
Right. No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and I get it from a business perspective.
And then again,
but I also think that what they're doing is also showing good faith that if you do come over, right? So say his contract's up, Joe Hendry goes to NXT, he's an NXT full time. They're gonna let him work some shows, right? Back at TNA, and have those appearances.
Yeah, that's literally what I was just gonna say. Is again, you can go look. He is our guy at this point, but because we enjoy this partnership, we'll give him to you for Slammiversary, and maybe the month leading up to it or whatever,
Yeah. And I think another thing is too, and I don't know, but I also think it's a way because with a lot of WWE going to Netflix soon, having still a tie-in on broadcast TV, right, to help promote their other shows, right?
Right.
Because that's ultimately the goal, is to still siphon fans off from other wrestling programs to come watch WWE.
Well, I don't necessarily think it's siphoning. I don't think it's necessarily siphoning off fans from other promotions. I just think they're trying to reach more people. More people are going away streaming. I mean, I think they're just trying to get as many people, as many sets of eyes on their product as they possibly can, which is ultimately the goal of every TV show, every wrestling promotion, every sporting event. You want as many eyes on your product as you can get.
Yeah, and I think with making that move from being able to just flip through, right, to find stumbling on it, like to being on Netflix and being in that realm, like it's a big change for WWE, and I think to have presence outside of it, like NXT, but also on these other shows to remind people that they're still around,
No, I agree. And I mean, it's going to be interesting when all these changes go into effect, because I believe it's like October I believe, is when SmackDown goes to USA, and I think NXT goes to the CW, and then obviously Raw's going to be on USA. Technically, I think they're contracted through September, but I think they're going to stay on until they switch to Netflix and stuff.
Yep.
So, and obviously, those last few weeks leading up to when all these changes go into effect, they're going to load up these shows because with these new networks or places where people are going to have to go to watch these shows, they're going to want to bring those people that were watching SmackDown, on Fox Friday nights to USA on whatever night they end up putting SmackDown on. They want people that are watching NXT on the USA network to follow them to CW. I remember when I think it was when Raw went from USA to TNN before it became, then it becomes Spike TV and stuff. Like, I remember that very first show on TNN was like loaded. I think it was the day after Austin came back from his neck injury.
Oh, dude,
that show was stacked and stuff.
I can't wait, dude. The first Netflix show, the first Netflix Raw.
Bro, do you think there's going to be a titty, Isaac?
There's going to be titties, bro. There's going to be big floppy natties, dude. It's going to be great.
I don't think they're going. I think they're going to be edgier, but I don't think we're going to see any of that because you run the risk of alienating that fan base, like the kids.
No,
bro. If Natalia opens the show, you know exactly what the fuck's going on. Natty. Yeah, Natty comes walking in. Hey, welcome to Monday Night Raw, and then Janet Jackson's it.
Yeah, no, I do agree though. All kidding aside, I think we will get the occasional, like every now and then, but I think it has a lot more to do with, them not like being able to cut a little more edgier promos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it has to do with them not censoring any of the fans. I mean, I think ultimately, like, that's the thing that's been pissing them off for a while is like them getting censored.
It's been pissing a lot. I mean, I think that's.
It just sucks.
About here.
Yeah.
I mean, again, especially like during a promo, like sometimes, like every once in a while, the crowd will start, fuck you or whatever during a promo, and then they're bleeping it out. You're like, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it's going to be that crazy for the first couple episodes. I think you are going.
I think it's going to be a great first one. But...
Well, like as far as difference in product,
yes,
right? I think that they're going to start slipping, maybe a shit in there, once or twice an episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
edgier, but it's not good. I don't think we're ever going back to full blown Attitude Era like we did before, just because.
Well, we don't. Yeah.
Well, you don't need it because
I was just going to say, I agree with you both there. We don't need to go that route. It's been evidenced by what we've been seeing from the WWE as of late because of the fact that, everybody seems to be very high on the product, and rightfully so, but we're not getting that stuff that we got in the Attitude Era. And it just like said, I agree with you guys. We don't need that stuff.
Well, I don't think the Attitude Era stuff would work. I mean, because the thing that made, even if you go back and watch it now, it's terrible. But it's
aged horribly.
Yeah, there's not a lot of consistency. Shit is always being thrown against the wall.
Yeah.
It's like it's taking full advantage of every little micro trend that was happening at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And going back and rewatching is like there's no good wrestling.
Well, no, it's horrible because like a Raw will start out, it'll be like a 15 to 20 minute promo and recap video. You know what I mean? The Rock's coming out talking about poontang pie and insulting everything.
Out,
Yeah, Austin's coming out. Everybody's going crazy. They go to commercial. They come back, and then it's the fucking like, oh god,
headbangers.
Yeah. The headbangers versus Hog and Pig.
The
Godwins. Yeah, and then you're just like, oh god, and for some reason it goes
Southern Justice.
Yes, but then the match goes like 15 minutes for no reason. But then on pay-per-view matches go 8.
But it has like the worst fucky finish of all time.
Oh yeah. No,
well, not the worst.
Pig or Hog could not stand to lose.
Not the worst fuck you finish of all time, because we're going to talk about that in a second.
I don't agree with. I know where
I
you're
know.
going with this, and I'm going to tell a little bit of a sneak preview. Obviously, stay tuned because I think this is going to provide one of the more spirited.
Let's jump right
discussions
into
we-
it.
Yeah.
Let's jump
You
right
know,
into
okay,
it.
all right. So if you guys want to
Let's
go,
fucking
there,
do it now.
fucking do that.
MJF versus Ospreay, man, on episode 250 of Dynamite. What an incredible match!
You know
It was
what
awesome.
though? I'm just gonna say, guys, to the fans watching this show. First off, if you already haven't done so, please subscribe to the YouTube page. Last I checked, we still only have 3 subscribers, and 2 of them are Shane and Isaac. So
Hell yeah!
and that so I can't subscribe to the channel because I created the channel. So we just, if guys, please just, we'll have, at the end of the show, we'll have our, where you can find our YouTube page. Obviously, check us out on the Shooting Shit Facebook page.
Yeah, like
Speaking
and
Shooting
subscribe and
like
stuff.
and subscribe. Check out the boys on Shooting Shit.
Hit that bell, ring the bell,
comment, like, and subscribe.
Yes,
yeah,
please.
tell us how much you love Shane's mustache. Let's get that.
Or Isaac's mullet man tank top.
Yeah. But you know what else I loved?
This is gonna
was
be very
MJF
spirited.
versus Ospreay. It was an incredible match.
Yeah, it was great.
Incredible, and
it was funny because we were talking about how AEW hasn't done like an hour-long Dynamite match, for a while.
Well,
it was either last week or the week before, and then lo and behold, MJF versus Will Ospreay was like 50. No, it was
9 minutes 58 seconds.
Yeah,
yep.
And they only fucked it up in the last 5 seconds. I mean, that's the thing, is like, that's, I think, what made me so mad, because I was so invested in the match. I was so into it. And then a ref bump, cheat, 1, 2, 3 with 2 seconds left. It felt like it was a mistake. Honestly, when I watched it live, my first instinct was like, were they trying to fucking race the clock and get a fucking 3 count after the hour is up? Because it felt like the wrong finish to me.
You know 100%. What? And this is a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. This is how the discussion started in our show chat and stuff. And I was like, you know what? Let's save this for the show.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
So I just wanted to say I love the match myself too. If it was anybody else but a heel MJF, I probably would have agreed with you on on your take when it comes to the finish of the match. But because of it was MJF, that's why I don't have, and I should say a heel MJF, the best MJF. I don't have an issue with that ending. I thought, you know what? To me, if it were anybody else other than MJF, I would have probably had a problem with it. But because it was MJF, I have zero issue with it.
But you have a problem with it because anybody else who did it would have been dog shit, because it was a bad ending.
No.
And here's why I think it was bad, because the whole match was incredible, and it was just them going back and forth. That was the story they were telling. They were having trouble beating each other. Had MJF spent a good portion of the second half of that match trying to cheat somehow, like actually trying to cheat, right? Like the Tiger Driver thing was a fucking great spot, because it actually was like the first time in the story where he was like, I got to do something besides what I've been doing. And then he had that internal struggle.
Yeah, he was going to do that one thing that he promised he would never do. He thought about,
right? And so you have that being the story up until that point, right? MJF cheating at the end doesn't add anything to MJF's character at that point. It doesn't add anything to the story. It just comes out of fucking nowhere. It came out of nowhere. And honestly, like, had they spent a good portion of the match of him like teasing it more and like getting up there, so it actually had some impact, instead of it just being like, oh look, there's a ring on the floor, and we must use that ring to punch him. I fell completely flat, especially after an hour of fucking incredible wrestling.
That's
I'll go ahead, Shane.
The time of the match is my biggest issue with it, right? Is you've just devoted, and again, I'm this is the whole course of the show, right? You've devoted literally half of your program to this match, and over half of the program was well spent on this match, and I still believe that, even though I didn't like the finish.
Oh, I love that.
But
that's me.
But here's the bigger kicker in the nuts is there's only 3 matches on Dynamite this week. One of which was a complete throwaway between Monet and what's her name? Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose.
Yeah, which was only going to end one way, right?
Yeah.
And then you had the main event, which was
Okada versus Swerve.
Yeah, which also ended in nonsense.
I have a take on that as well too, but I'm gonna let go ahead and finish. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut.
No, it's fine. It's just, again, especially looking back on it, I'm just like, God, their special 250th episode, literally 3/4 of it was spent on matches that ended in bullshit. And again, it just sucks when both matches were on their way to being really, really great with Ospreay and MJF, really putting on, honestly, probably a top, maybe a top 5 Dynamite match of all time. I mean, I'm sure the people will put it higher.
One of my
yeah,
because we that was one of the things you would ask in the chat is like, what's your favorite? And this was this close to fucking knocking out the Rhodes brothers match, Cody versus Dustin, which is still, in my opinion, the best AEW wrestling match that I've ever seen from them, like just all out. And I think maybe the other being that fucking throwaway match, the free match they did on YouTube with Daniel Bryan and Suzuki.
Minoru Suzuki, yeah.
Which was another incredible match, but with no stakes. But as far as a story and telling an incredible story, for me still the Rhodes match is number 1. But this was in ring. I mean, it was incredible. They did such a good job, and yeah, I think that all that hard work, I don't mind a heel cheat to win finish, right? But I don't want it to be after investing a full hour in this match to get a ref bump finish. That's what I think really set me off. I had it played out almost any other way with a cheat to win finish, I think I would have been fine with it. But the fucking ref bump finish.
So you say so let's say everything goes exactly the same except that there's no ref bump. You have no issue with the way that match ended then. But everything else is exactly the same.
I mean, I don't like a fucky finish, but I think the ref bump finish after an hour match is pretty insulting to such a high caliber match, right? If you're gonna do something and you've seen it, you've seen the ref bump, fake finishes so many times in WrestleMania and stuff, and I mean, shit, the best is Baby Nate making that fucking run down the long ass ramp, for WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
If done well, it could be good, but it was so quick because they had they were on such a quick time thing, and it just felt it felt like it either felt like a botch finish or just the wrong finish for the match for me. And I play by my heart, man. I go by my heart. I don't let my brain tell me shit. All right, my heart said that it was the wrong finish.
I like I said, this is one of the I don't have if I'm gonna be nitpicky, maybe with the ref bump is kind of a little but I mean, like I said, I will stand on my take that I had zero. If it was anybody else other than MJF, I might have had an issue with the way that match ended, but because it was MJF and where he's at with this character, that's why, again, I have zero issue with the way that match ended.
Yeah, it was just a really big win for MJF, and I just kind of wish that he would have just won clean. I mean, to be honest, and I like where Isaac was going, where maybe have him try to cheat more just during the match, and then maybe have him just beat him. You know what I mean? And then maybe that's the story where he was, trying to cheat the whole time, and then he kept on giving Thor it, and then all he needed was just his finish.
Oh, and I love that, because you can also take that in the direction with Ospreay, where Ospreay, right, is getting to a point where he's like, fuck, I do need to use the Tiger Driver to win, and you can fucking build a story around that, because it's like, well, if he can just beat me, maybe
I should try to just kill him.
I don't know. I think that would be cool.
But no, like I said, and then we're talking about.
I don't think he would kill him, but he might retire him.
I mean, I don't know, that dang Tiger Driver, man.
I know it could retire somebody, right?
Well, before it retires anybody, I wanted to get into a take about the other.
Yeah, I was trying to segue into
that. I know what you were trying to do.
I was trying to do it. I was trying to smooth that one in there, but let's go.
So I wanted to just give a quick take on because Shane had brought up the other match that ended in a screwy finish, and that being Swerve and Okada. I don't have any issue with that either, just because of the fact that it was just on Dynamite. I don't think either one of those guys really. But I don't think either one of those guys right now can really. Sorry, I'm just having issues with my camera staying still. I think I finally got it. That you really needed an ending that would have protected both of those guys, because really right now neither one of them can afford a loss, especially going into All In. And it also set up next week's match, the blood and guts. So that's why I don't have any problems with the way that match ended either.
I'm fine with that match ending the way it does, as long as the first one ends with a clean finish.
Well, yeah,
I think the problem is
the 1-2 punch.
The whole show to having literally 3 matches, one of them that was garbage shit, and 2 that had no real had fucky finishes. And that was the issue with WCW. I hate to make this comparison because it is so different, but WCW was notorious for this shit. Putting on these fucking banger matches that ultimately meant nothing because it was a fucky finish, right? And it made everyone kind of look shitty. And MJF doesn't look any stronger after that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't look any stronger than he was before, other than going through the 60-minute match, which Ospreay did too. Ospreay looks weaker, and MJF had to go out on oxygen, which is a great visual, but at the same time doesn't help him look stronger and doesn't make them.
I think that was just for effect.
I do too. And I love the ice pack shit.
Yeah,
because that's the New Japan style shit.
And
I love
also
that
too with Ospreay. I don't think it made Ospreay look weak, because the heel had to use a foreign object to cheat. To me, it wasn't so I don't think Ospreay came out of it looking any weaker either. So
I don't think either guy I don't think either guy gained or lost very much, to be honest. I think it was just a good TV match. You know what I mean? It was AEW doing what they do well, and that's putting on a wrestling match. And they put the belt on MJF, so that way Ospreay can, finish up whatever he's, doing with Don Callis and that stuff, and then probably make a run at the, the heavyweight championship. Right. So it is what it is. It's just after a 60-minute match, it's just it struck me the wrong way. But I'm also not the biggest AEW fan in the world. So
okay, now can we retire this conversation? Because
yes, let's retire the conversation. Yes.
You know what, guys? I'm getting. You know what? Bear with me for just a second. I'm sure you guys have heard. I've been coughing a little bit. I've been, like I said, trying to fight a cold. I'm getting really thirsty. I'm gonna grab something to drink, Isaac. So if you want to go ahead and start,
dude,
start the last topic, and then we'll get going on that while I grab something to drink.
All right, man, absolutely. Well, our next topic is going to be about John Cena's retirement announcement. Right, he came on. Which show was it? There? Oh my God! What? Oh my God! Oh, thirsty for a WWE primo.
actually, that's Prime. And ladies and gentlemen, you are about to witness history here. I have these lips have never tasted a Prime hydration drink, so you guys are about to bear witness to a first in the life of DDJ.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you think about this.
So we got this here, so everybody can see. And we are not sponsored or affiliated with Logan Paul and Prime Drink anyway. But
no, of course
if
not.
Logan Paul somehow sees this
subscribers
and wants to sponsor us and send us Prime Drinks to shill on his show, back the truck up. I'll take whatever. But no, this is my first ever Prime drink. I got this yesterday. I had to run to the store to get some milk for my mother-in-law after getting the tires replaced on my car. And I saw this while heading towards where the milk was and stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get one of these to drink. But then I thought to myself, I'll save it for the show. So I've got the WWE bottle here. The flavor is Meta Moon. So I'm going to take a little sip here and see what I think about it here. So.
Oh, he wasted no time. It's not a good face.
Bad.
Oh,
no, it's not bad. I was kind of trying to savor, get all the taste and everything, and that stuff. But no, it's good.
You should slap that in a glass with a little bit of ice, buddy. You're drinking the room temp Prime.
No.
He's got a mini fridge, bro.
I've got a mini fridge.
I forgot about the mini fridge.
Where I sit where I'm facing stuff, right to the right of where I'm at. I've got a mini fridge because I actually have this set up in my bar that I have down in my basement, and I have it complete with mini fridge. So yeah, this has been chilling in the fridge, and it's cold, but it's good.
What else is in the mini fridge, DDJ? Can you give us a mini fridge tour?
Yeah. Hang on a second. Let me.
I'm interested.
The camera here, so you can see the top there. That's the freezer. You can see all my magnets I got, and a little peek down here. A lot of stuff has been sitting here for a while, but I've got a Broken Skull American Lager in there. I've got some Bud Light,
Stone Cold beer.
Yeah, I got Stone Cold beer, a couple of Angry Orchards, a little bit here. It's a little light, but
yeah, you just have a smattering of beverages.
Yeah, so I don't really use it that much, and then you can see all my magnets down here and stuff. There's a fridge behind all those magnets, I can tell you that. But no, it's very convenient stuff in that. But yeah, no, the drink, it's very good. I can see why a lot of people like these Prime drinks and stuff. I mean, this isn't something that I'll be getting all the time because I'm not going to pay. This is like about $2 a bottle, and
so Shane, what's your favorite flavor?
Because
I've only had the lemon lime, and it was
I mean, Meta Moon is like the standard. What the hell is it called? The one in the like the orange bottle is super good. I can't remember all the flavor names.
What about the ice pop one? Is that one any good?
That one is that tastes like just a melted red, white, and blue bomb pop. Yeah,
nice.
Here, let me look up Prime beverages.
While he's looking that up, Isaac, let's talk about our last.
Yeah,
topic.
you know what our last topic is coming out of your prime, right? And that's hard for some people to do.
I like
being an old fuck.
That was good.
And it's hard for sometimes fans to accept, but it happens to every great wrestler. Now it's John Cena's time to step out of his prime. He announced that Money in the Bank he made an announcement and did a little press conference, and he talked about he was going to do one more run next year, all of 2025, it sounds like. And he's going to have he's like got 30 or 40 dates, and then that'll be it. And what do we think? Do we think he's winning one more championship? Who do we think his last match is going to be?
Oh, I don't know at this point in time. I would say if he does, it won't be till the latter half of next year, because right now the money's is still with Cody versus this iteration of the Bloodline. And then it's obviously, I think after this Bloodline thing is done, or at least it shifts from Cody in the Bloodline to Roman in the Bloodline. I think we're going to shift to Cody versus Orton. And then obviously The Rock has, said that before he went on his latest hiatus, that he told Cody that he was coming back and he was coming for him. But I could definitely see Cena getting involved in the title picture at some point during the latter half of this retirement tour. As to whether or not he should win,
I'm just curious because the belt. I'm just curious about the belt count, right? Because should he win one more than Ric Flair?
Well, see, and that's the thing. Like when it comes to the WWE, there's no doubt in my mind right now, Cena is the GOAT. Regardless if he wins one more, and this is kind of also talking about, holding Cena in the same regard that, with Ric Flair, who he's tied with right now.
Yeah.
A few years ago, I was basically like, no, you don't have Cena break the record. Like, this record should be Ric Flair's. And I've gone on record also say, if anybody deserves to break this record, I would say it should be Randy Orton, but I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to break that record as well too. And at this point, my stance on Cena winning number 17, you know what? If they want to give it to him one more time, I don't have as much of an issue with it because Flair will still be my GOAT, and the reason being is Flair only won 2 WWE titles. Everything else was outside the WWE. Everything that it was either at the NWA or WCW. He won his other titles in. Cena's have all been within the WWE. Also, too, when you add up all of the days that Ric Flair was champion during his 16 times with the belt, and when you do the same for Cena, Flair, I think, has been the champion, I want to say, almost 3 times as long as Cena has been. So to me, Cena can win number 17, but I think Flair will still be regarded as the GOAT, like when it comes to all of professional wrestling.
We did. Do you remember, Shane, when we did our GOAT tier list? We did a whole tier list, and we went through. It was brackets, and we had them all battle, and we came to the same conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
That it was something like Ric Flair and then Stone Cold and like John Cena or something were like our top 3, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
something like that.
As far as Cena's run, and where it's going to end up and whether or not he's going to win the championship, I don't think he will. I think that Triple H, looking at this grand scheme of the WWE right now, and looking at all of the stories he's been telling, looking at all of the people he's been building up, I just don't think there's room for Cena to win the championship. I think that in the context of WWE, he deserves it, but I also just don't think he cares that much, to be honest.
I don't think he doesn't need it.
Yeah, I don't think
he doesn't. Yeah,
I feel like that if this is something that he was pushing, they would make it happen. And maybe he is, and maybe they will. I don't see it that way. I see him just doing everything. Honestly, I see him doing maybe every once in a while he'll do like a John Cena Open Challenge on Raw. Get in the ring and rub shoulders with some of the guys. As far as his last match goes, there's 2 guys that I have in mind. One of them is somebody that I think could lose and send Cena out, on top. And one of them I think is somebody that would send Cena out on his back. I think that the most likely last match for Cena at Mania is Randy Orton, right? I mean, I feel like that's the logical thing to do. They already have so much history. It's a legacy match. Randy losing to Cena at WrestleMania is one more time is probably not going to hurt Randy that much. You know what I mean?
But that's not his last match though, because he's running after Mania.
Yeah, no, he's going. He said
he's going all through.
It's not going to be his last match.
He's going all through 25.
Yeah.
It could still be Randy Orton,
and that's where I was going, because it's like I think you do something like that, but I honestly I feel like if I was to pick one guy to go over John Cena on a big stage to retire him,
you're gonna say Braun Breaker.
I want to say, I mean, my guts telling me Gunther, but my heart is telling me Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker was
where I was going to go too.
I was going to go as well for my second pick.
I think if he's going out on a loss, it needs to be someone who could benefit from something like that.
My heart says.
But yeah, like I said, Gunther would have been another good one. But I think right now, especially the way that it seems like he's being positioned, to me, it's got to be Braun Breaker going over John Cena in his last match.
Yeah, if you're WWE, I think that by the time the end of next year rolls around, you're hoping that Gunther is still champ, right? At that point, probably.
But he's in the conversation.
Well, I mean, he's going to win at SummerSlam, right? Like he's so.
Yeah, but I don't think he's probably going to win at SummerSlam, but I don't think he's holding on to that title. He's not going on another. He's not going to have. I don't think he's going to have another.
I don't.
He's going to have another.
It wouldn't.
Title
would not shock me at all. I mean,
he deserves it. He's
if
he's the best.
I mean, if he is champ still at that point, I mean, he could be his last match. I mean, maybe that's the story is Cena's last match. He's going for the 17th championship reign.
I like that actually.
Yeah, and he's gonna go
to reality.
Yeah, he's gonna go beat Gunther, and then it's just like 22 minutes of Gunther chopping the piss out of bad news.
Dude, you know who would be awesome to retire Cena? Is Ludwig Kaiser.
I thought you were going to say The Miz, with that awesome...
Man, shut the fuck up.
Dude, I don't know why. I don't get it either. I fucking love Ludwig. He's the best.
You know what? I'm not going to give you shit for that because I like Ludwig Kaiser as well, too.
We all like Ludwig Kaiser. He just likes him more than probably everybody else in the world combined, to be honest.
I get hyped, dude. I like Ludwig Kaiser now the way I like D'Lo Brown back in the fucking Attitude Era.
Wow, and there's a lot of similarities between those guys. I mean,
yeah.
Same
thing. You know what? We should do Pics or It Didn't Happen, dude.
Yeah, we're just about out of time, and we haven't done that yet. So here we go.
Let's do it.
It's time for Pics or It Didn't Happen with Isaac. Hey, that's me.
That's me. All right. This week, I went with the unnecessary ref from the Owen Hart thing with Jeff Jarrett.
This has to be a ding. There's no way he doesn't have a picture with Jeff Jarrett.
I got to get number 6 in a row, man. Give me 6. Killing it.
He looks like current day Fred Durst.
Ball with the ball, dude.
So a little bit of a peek behind the curtain there. That picture is almost 15 years old. That was back from October of 2010.
You had a TNA. You had a TNA sticker on, man.
You know what, guys?
Tell me there's a third. Tell me there's a third. Any more?
Three's good, man. Three's good. I still like it.
Who was the lady and then the last picture? Dennis? Oh, that's Karen Jarrett. Oh wow.
Yeah.
The former wife, Angle. Yeah, dude, that's good shit.
So a little bit of a story behind those 3 pictures. So the first one I mentioned that I showed up was at a TNA house show at what is now known as the Now Arena. It was still back at the Sears Center. It was during intermission, and stuff. The second picture was from StarCast last year. Actually, the last 2 pictures were from StarCast last year. Oh my God! Did Jackson Churio just hit a home run? Yes, he did.
Damn.
High five. So, but going back to the pictures, so a little bit of a cool story with that second picture with me and Jarrett. The thing hitting me with is a guitar. It's like one of those foam guitars, that way he put out for his podcast, My World, that I got there. And I was just like, hey, would you mind acting like you're smashing your guitar, this over my head? And he was really cool about it. And it was so cool. And I can maybe post something like this in the Facebook group or whatever. But, and the person taking the pictures took a whole bunch of pictures to document this. But Jeff Jarrett, like, to his credit, and this is why I am a huge Jeff Jarrett fan, because I think he gets a lot of shit thrown his way, and I think most of it's unfair. But he was all like, he went into this whole elaborate, like, okay, you need to stand like this, move your arm like he went all out to make that picture look as as realistic as he could. Like the whole setup, he was like, tell me this is like, tilt your head like this. I mean, he didn't even have to do all that and stuff. And then, the last picture was with Jeff and Karen, because they were both doing meet and greets at StarCast, and I wanted to get them both. And I got a picture solo with Karen Jarrett. So obviously that's one you can't use for Pics, or it didn't happen unless you forget about it down the line.
Forget about
and stuff. But I will say this, Karen Jarrett is a sweetheart. She is one of the coolest women I've ever met. She's very down to earth. She's very beautiful in person. But she's one of those ones.
Pretty on TV too.
She's pretty on TV, but she is beautiful on the inside. She's just, the Jarretts are very kind people who I think really appreciate their fans and stuff. And again, I think Jeff gets unfairly shit on quite a bit.
Probably on that on shooting shit quite often.
Oh yeah, they're Sean can't stand him, and the other two are kind of like, eh. But I will always be the Jeff Jarrett guy, because he is. I don't know what it is. It's just something he's always just resonated for me. And I go back to the JEFFJARRETT. The Don't Piss Me, all the different eras of Jarrett. I followed all the different evolutions of the character. When he was doing the booking in TNA, okay, I kind of lost a little bit of interest, but I think once he stepped away from that, I was, back on. And like I said, again, I'm a Jarrett guy. I will always be a Jeff Jarrett guy.
The Jeff Jarrett TNA theme song is still one of my favorites.
Yes.
So anyways, DDJ, if you're such a big Jeff Jarrett fan, can you please sing his hit like 1998 single "Rap Is Crap" for me real quick?
He didn't do Rap Is Crap.
Oh, did that? That was Jeff Jarrett?
That was the West Texas Rednecks. He did With My Baby Tonight.
Oh yeah, my bad.
But he didn't do that, because it was the Road Dog was the one who actually was singing, was the storyline in that.
Yeah. So going back a little bit, the very first StarCast, they had a really cool panel, and this is like the last panel I attended before I went over to the Now Arena for all the very first All In. They did a panel. It was hosted by Sean Mooney, and he had on Jim Johnston, who used to do all the WWF music. And one of the songs that they talked about was With My Baby Tonight. They actually brought Bruce Pritchard out on stage. And then Jeff Jarrett actually came out. Jarrett obviously does not have the singing voice that the Road Dogg has, but his voice is not that bad. Like, because he did belt out a couple of lyrics of, With My Baby Tonight. Spend my days working hard on the go, but the hands on the clock keep spinning too slow. That's all I'm going to do.
Oh, I mean,
spinning too slow.
I can't wait to be with my baby tonight. But I mean, no, overall though, it was a really cool. Like, it's such cool to hear the stories behind the music and stuff. But yeah, I love Jeff Jarrett, and obviously, what, everybody has their own taste and stuff.
No, a 5-star compliment that you love Jeff Jarrett, and I think that's a good place to say from us.
To say goodbye.
Yeah, we love you. I've been Isaac.
I've been Shane.
DDJ. We're all
I've
here.
been DDJ. Yeah, hey guys, we hope to be back to our somewhat of a regular schedule here. Thanks for bearing with us these last couple of weeks, as again, sickness and just things that life has kind of necessitated these episodes that aren't usually up when they normally should be, and that. So we appreciate everyone that takes a minute, or a few seconds, a few minutes, or takes the time to watch the entire show and stuff. But yeah, again,
click that goddamn button. Boom, boom,
Click all of the buttons.
Clickety, clickety, click. Except for that thumbs down button. That one's
that's the only one we don't want and stuff. So leave a comment.
Click.
Let us know what you thought about the show. But like I said,
motherfucking click.
That's been Shane. That's been Isaac. I've been DDJ. Thanks for listening, watching, guys, and we'll see you here real soon.
Howdy. Fuck, man. Good show.
What
next
the hell
week,
was that?
Oh, I was just taking a dab. Next week, we got Tony Deppen for an interview. Yeah, you heard me right.
Sorry, bro. Legends of the Ring Sting, man. This is a great figure, old school figure. Looks great. It's Sting! Old school Sting from WCW. Guys, you know us, 3/4 of the Shooting Shit team, and we're here with a listener just like you guys. This is Jimmy from Super Powers Comics.
My friend of almost 20 years. He's known him since you were 12.
If you know people in Chicago, you probably know Dennis because he knows half the town, of course. But shooters, if you need action figures, comics, wrestling memorabilia, we just showed you Sting. Superpowers Comics will put up their QR code so you can get a good look at everything they have coming. Give it a shot, shooters. Get your superpowers on and get your comics from our friend Jimmy, who listens just like you.
Attention wrestling fans and fans of Shootin' Shit podcasts. You can now be one of the cool kids by going to ProWrestlingTees.com and buy the official Shootin' Shit t-shirt. Buy it now and be there at ringside.
This episode and all episodes of 5 Star Takes are now available on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@5 Takes. Be sure to like and subscribe. Get all of your 5 Star Takes news and updates by going to our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/SHOOTINSHT. And as always, thanks for watching.